If you want to be a successful commercial entertainer, click on the link below. Dooney's Coaching Secrets will help you, and my individual one-on-one sessions start at only $300, and it's a money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with it, I'll give you your money back. All right, so I thought I'd redo the baby rattle one, the peas in a pod is what I call it, because we used to do it with a green balloon because it was clear and we could make peas in a pod. So I bought some clear balloons. They're bright and clear and easy to see. And so what I thought I would do is I thought I would make a clear balloon with balls inside it, just so it'd be easier to see because it wasn't so easy on my last video. So you've got to have a lot of room for this. So I leave a lot of room at the end. It's short. And all I'm going to do is do this one at a time. I make a ball, and I make it where it's smaller than the diameter of the balloon. Not a lot, but just a little. All right? It's smaller this way than the balloon is. Now, if I just try to grab that knot and push it in, there's no leverage, right? So what you want to do instead is put your fingers 3 positions around that, and now it's got a leverage where you can push it. Now with my other hand, I'm holding the balloon, and I'm going to go inside my hand. I push it into my hand until it starts to go. And then once it starts to go, I go with my thumb into my hand. Now you have to grab that ball and pull your thumb out. It'll slide out. You might have to push it off. You push it off your thumb like this to get it to come off. Now I'm going to let all of this air out, and I have a balloon cutter hanging around my neck. So I'm just going to cut it just like that, so that one end goes here, the other end goes there. All right. Now this has a hole in it. If I let go of it, it will shoot right out the top. So what I do instead is I put my thumb on the top of that hole, and I hold that hole, and then I separate the ball so that it goes inside of it. Now I have to hold this hole or it will let the air out. So I have to actually twist it off. I twist it off low and I let the air out, and now I've got plenty of room to tie it again. All right. What you've got is you've got a ball inside the balloon. All right. So I'm going to do that a second time. Just like that. Put my 3 fingers on, stuff it into my hand, go in with the thumb, pull the thumb out and push it off, push it off until you get your thumb out. Now I squeeze the air out of here. I want to squeeze it out so that there's really no air. And that's where I cut it, right there. Okay, boom, there we go again. Thumb on top. And I reach inside and I separate that ball until it falls. Okay? So notice I have just a tiny bit of room left, right? So I'm going to do a third one. And you're not going to be able to do many more than 3. I mean, I've done as many as 4, but it's not worth it. It's too much work. Now that time it popped when I pulled my thumb out. That does sometimes happen. It separates automatically. All right, so I'm going to tie this off, and then I'll just cut the end off. Just like that. Boom. All right, and what you've got is 3 balls inside. All right, 3 balls. This is why we used to call it peas in a pod. Right? Now, I use these now for baby rattles, and that's why I wanted to show you this with the clear balloon. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a, all I'm going to do is make a pink ending to go on that baby rattle. And all I do is 5 balls in a row. Just like this. Okay? Now I'm not going to twist this ball off here. That would only give me 4. I want 5. So I'm actually going to take this knot and tie it. Take the knot and tie it through there. So that knot is tied, but it's not tied in a knot yet. I have to do a second tie, like a shoelace, right? I have to do a second tie. So I squeeze the air away from here, and that gives me an uninflated piece of balloon that I can use. And I'll tie that a second time. And now it should be tied off. Now I can cut it with my cutter, just like this. Now, if you're wondering where the cutter is, I have a whole balloon video to teach you how to make one of these for almost free, right? For not very much money. But anyways, 5-ball circle. Now, just for fun, I'm going to make a 6-ball circle for later on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take this knot and wrap it through there. So the knot's wrapped through there. I'm going to squeeze the air back so I can make that knot go one more time around there. And I'm going to cut it off with my balloon cutter. All right, there we go. So now I've got a 5-ball and a 6-ball. All right, so what I do with the 5-ball, all right, is I'll come to the end of my peas in a pod here, and I'm just going to make a twist, and I twist it a bunch of times, maybe 5 or 6 times, and I'm going to just put those 5 balls on it, just like that, and it'll hold. Okay, now just for fun, because you know everybody's non-binary these days, you don't have to be pink or blue or either one. I made a blue one also, right? So I just thought I'd show you how that looks as a baby rattle. Much better with a clear balloon, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool. So what we did initially, right, was we made a dog with a ball in his tummy. I would say, you know, I played tennis ball fetch with my dog, and he swallowed the ball, right? So that's one thing you can use this for. And then the other thing you can use it for, another thing you can use it for, is a bigger rattle, all right? So I made these before, and what they are, they're long, and they have 2 balls inside of them, right? So you get length out of it with 2 balls. And I made 2 of them. 2 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the ends together. Make sure you don't catch the balls in there. And now I'm going to twist these together. And I'll lock one of those ends around too. I always lock one end around just to hold it. Now I want the balls could actually be in here. It doesn't matter. We don't want the balls at the other end either. So what I do is I hold it in my left hand. I'm going to come backwards with my hand. I'm going to catch it with my thumb, but I'm going to come under it and back towards myself, like that. And now as I twist and I turn, what happens is it twists. All right? Until I get to the end, and I pinch and twist. And I always put one through just to lock it out. And now what happens is you have this for our baby rattle, right? Okay. Now what I do is I take the 6-ball one and I put it on here. All right, I also made a 6-ball blue and I put that on there. All right, but this is a much bigger rattle. But trust me, you make these for adults or kids, they love it. It's totally worth it. All right, so I'm going to do 2 more things, and then that's going to be it. But it's, as you can see, it's totally worth it to spend, you know, the extra money to buy 1 bag of balloons, 100 balloons of clear, so that you can get these balls inside of the balls. All right, let's do another one. All right, so I didn't invent this one, but I make a lot of Ladybug bracelets for girls. And, you know, obviously boys too, but girls are the prime target, right? 1 ball, a 6-ball circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually 7 balls because the first ball is going to be the head. When I twist that off, it makes a head. That'll be the head. Now, this is going to be like a parrot body, like a push-through maneuver. But I want to just measure this to where it's right about the same length as this circle, right? And what I'm going to do is let some of the air out. Use my little cutter, let the air out, just like this. And I'm going to tie a knot here, all right? So now I'm going to wrap this around. So you notice how 2, 4, 6, the middle of that is right there. I'm going to wrap this around into the middle of that 6, just like that. And I'm going to put it through 2 or 3 times and 2 or 3 directions. So I went through over this time and then I went through that way. So it's kind of tied off nicely. And then the last thing I do is I bring that up between the bubbles and I wrap it around the head once. And I'll have to tie this in a knot. I'll have to do it in double tie or it won't stay. As soon as you do a double tie, now it'll stay there. Just like this. All right. I'm going to do a quick version. Just put eyes on it. I usually give Ladybugs long eyelashes because they're ladies. Give her a fun smile because she's a bug. Line. Circle, 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 circle. Spots on the back. And what happens is this becomes a ladybug. You open this up and this becomes a ladybug bracelet that fits on their arm. Just like this. Great for outdoor backyard because they're not dropping them. They're not putting them down. Ladybug bracelet. So what happened is I wanted to have something for boys, right? I wanted something for boys or let's say girls that don't want ladybugs, right? So what I did was I decided to come up with this little ball. Stuff it inside. That broke again, no problem. Whoops, except for sometimes if it does break like that. All right, let's just do this again. Okay. All right, so this is peas in a pod, but short, really short. I don't need a lot of length on it. Just like that. I'm gonna cut this off. All right, 1 ball inside. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to just isolate that ball into a piece all by itself so that it's a ball inside of a ball. All right? And then I do 6 balls in a row. Kind of like the ladybug feet, only different. There's 5, there's 6. Okay. Now I'm going to twist 2 of these all together. I'm going to twist these 2 together, then these 2 together, then those 2 together. So I pull these out. See how I isolated those 2? Pull them out, twist it around. Next 2. Pull them out, just those 2, twist them around. And finally the last 2, pull them out, twist them around. Okay. So what happens is when you line all those up, kind of makes like a flower petal. And I'll cut the end off. So I'm letting the air out of this. All right. There we go. Right? Now this has a little bit of end to it, so I might even cut that off with my little balloon cutter. So that it has less of an end to it. With a little ball in it. Now this you are going to need a second balloon for, right? And the thing about using balloons as a bracelet, you don't want to tie it so that you trap air inside of it. So you want to tie the end. I just tied the end to this loose piece here. You want this here hanging down. The reason is you want to make sure all the air is out of there. Like I'll suck the air out of it. And what I'm going to do is wrap that around just like this into here. So it's wrapping around. And then I'll cut the length off. And all it does is it creates a little bracelet, right? Just like that. But the ball is isolated in here. So what I do is I say to the boys or the girls that I'm giving this to, I didn't make a very good drawing. All right, there we go. It's a watch, all right? But it's not just a watch, okay? It's a secret agent watch. It's got a bomb inside of it. It's a secret agent watch with a bomb inside of it, all right? And it seems kind of crazy, but if you've got the girls running around with their Ladybug bracelets and the boys running around with their bomb bracelets, they like it. The fact that just the name of it, I think, is what it is. Secret agent watch. It's a secret agent watch. All right. So there you go. Secret agent watch, Ladybug bracelet. All right. Now I'm going to teach you the final one and then we're done. This is a volcano. Okay. Basically all I'm going to do for the volcano is do the piece in a pot. All right, ball. Stuff it with 3 fingers. Stuff it inside with my thumb. Pull my thumb out, let the air out, cut it with my cutter. That's 1. Finger on the top, tie it in a knot. 2. Ball, stuff, twist. Part of the reason I'm fast is because I have an electric pump and I have a balloon cutter hanging around my neck, right? That speeds everything up. And I have a little practice too. Last one, 3rd one. Ball, stuff, cut. There we go. Now this time I don't tie this off, all right? I'm going to let it go a little bit so that I'm holding it there. So I'm not tying it off, all right? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all of these balls down to that opening. But I'm not just going to let them go because they'll shoot out. I'm going to twist this off here and now let the air out. So it's twisted here and that keeps the air from going out. But now this end is open. This end is not, it's not tied, it is open. And what happens is, when you squeeze it from below, I'm going to open up this twist. I'm going to open up this twist to let the air start to flow. Like, watch what happens when I open this up just a little bit. See how the air is starting to go to the end? It's starting to go to the end. All right. And now I'm going to squeeze it, and it will shoot those balls out like a volcano, right? So this is where, I don't just shoot it out, man. Make an entertainment thing out of it. Say, all right, here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to shoot these, and 1, 2. And you start to aim it at somebody in the audience. No, wait. Sorry, I'm only kidding. 1, 2. You aim it out. No. You stop. You just be silly with it. You don't just do it. But then when the time comes, now you probably never see these because they'll go fast. But the 3rd one didn't go. But with practice, you'll get boom, boom, boom. They'll all shoot right up, and it's a volcano. Anyway, pretty cool. So that's it. Just another quickie for you. I hope you're enjoying these. Don't forget to click on the coaching link down below. And also, get my book, right? There are a lot of good stories in there. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.